Wuchang Fallen Feathers is a game that's had so much hype behind it, but it's been labeled a Gooner game by certain individuals on social media who can't accept the fact that gamers actually want to see attractive women and also men in their entertainment. And now we're actually seeing the critic scores release, and not that I trust critics, but it's going over pretty well. They're saying it's a really good game that they recommend. But Xbox Era is getting raked across the coals by gamers right now for their claim that this is a amazing title, except for the fact that it's being made for Gooners, which is just insane, right? Imagine giving something a near perfect score, but saying, actually, I can't go as far as to say it's a 10 simply because this is a game made for a group of individuals that I personally don't support. So they say there are so many options in how to build your characters. You find more gear, which has 4 slots, head, chest, arms, and legs. Wuchang starts in incredibly cool looking gear, and there are all types of cosplay to find. There's a transmog system, and by the end of the game, I had 2 bras and 3 pairs of panties to give you an idea of the Gooner outfits you can deck her out. And so yes, guys, apparently having bras and panties in a game instantly equals Gooner bait, which is just so absurd. They said, I wish I could go on and on about the story and my experience in Wuchang Fallen Feathers. It is an amazing title, one of the best the genre has to offer. It is available day one on Xbox Game Pass. After beating it, all I want to do is play it again and again. So they gave it a near perfect score. They gave it a 9.7, but the 2 problems that they had was occasional hitches after teleporting for a few seconds and Gooner approved. You're really that bothered by the fact that these developers dared to make an attractive character for players to appreciate. It's so crazy that these people are so triggered over things that gamers generally like. And I'm not saying every single game has to be a Gooner game, but seeing beautiful female characters is a pro for most people. It's really only a con to the people who are so bothered by others finding enjoyment and entertainment that they personally don't. And what's crazy here is the fact that they like the game. They could have just given this a 9.7 and they would have been taken seriously. But of course, they just have to add a slight in there against gamers, and they are getting wrecked for it. They had to lock down the thread over on X because it had 296 likes to 163 comments. So not a negative ratio, but there are also 128 reposts, and all of the reposts and comments that I've seen are not defending Xbox Era. They're saying you guys are absolute hacks, and this is why gamers do not trust you or take you seriously anymore. And they also had actually edited their pros and cons list because originally the only con was Gooner approved, and in the new updated version, the pros also list Gooner approved, and they added the con to say occasional hitches, so they weren't even being honest at first. They had to actually add another legitimate con for why they gave this a 9.7 and not a 10, because people were absolutely roasting them. I was wrong. The reviewer is a cuck. He really does look like a male feminist. I've never heard of this individual before, but he definitely looks like the type to sit here and complain about attractive female characters because he's never seen anything attractive a day in his life outside of a video game. Jesus, just go out of business already. Xbox Era is scared of a little ass. I genuinely don't understand why people don't like beautiful women in video games, right? Like, we want to see the peak of humanity. We want to see athletic, flexible, well-dressed, and well-groomed females in our entertainment. Is that really that bad? It shouldn't be. And looking at the reposts, boy, oh boy, are they rough. This dude knocked points off the score because he said Gooner approved as a con. His X profile no longer exists because he, like the rest of the activist leftist gaming journalists, moved over there. And of course he follows all the usual suspects over where they all circle jerk each other with praise while posting pictures of the bribes, gifts they receive from these AAA gaming companies. Yeah, I mean, it's not really surprising that they're praising all of the virtue signaling that's going going on in the gaming industry because they make money off of it and they, of course, get gifts from these companies. I will occasionally accept codes from developers, like actually with Wuchang. I did receive a code and I am going to be live streaming it tomorrow. I'm super freaking hyped for it, but to receive like all of these different gifts just to potentially give something a higher score is so scummy, and I would never do that. If a company wants to send me a code, that's one thing, but to be showered in gifts is just, in my opinion, not acceptable by any stretch of the means. Makes video game review, uses Gooner approved as a con against the game, gets called out, doesn't accept criticism and locks replies, begins to block users quote retweeting. Streisand effect initiated. Yeah, like if they hadn't have put this and they hadn't have tried to silence people, it would have gone over significantly better for them. They might have actually been taken seriously if they just gave it a 9.7 and they didn't add the Gooner approved bullshit to it. Grown-ass men using the word Gooner in a professional environment. Journalists screaming and crying because there's an attractive woman. Not only is this individual melting down over this, but I'm sure we're going to see quite a few freakouts on social media because this game is doing amazing. Right now, it's in the top 5, which of course for a brand new game and a brand new franchise, it's not like this studio's put out a bunch of games and they're really well known, is really freaking solid. It just goes to show that when you make a really cool looking game and you market it well, and there are just a lot of really cool elements to your experience, it's going to bring in a pretty big audience. And it's funny because this clearly didn't have like some absolutely behemoth marketing budget like most AAA games do. So it just, yeah, proves that you don't need to put hundreds of millions of dollars towards marketing your game. If your game can stand on its own and you have a decently sized campaign, it can go over really well for you. And right now, Wuchang is, yeah, in the top 5 for the top sellers list by revenue. I think that it will probably stay around here. Wildgate is technically doing better, though Wildgate's player count isn't really that high. It's topped out at 7,700, so I think that Wuchang will definitely be doing better player count-wise. So I'll definitely be keeping my eye on this, right? I'm super excited for Wuchang, like so many other gamers are, and I can't wait to finally play this. I've been really looking forward to this. I love Souls-likes. I'm personally not sick of Souls-likes yet, and this one looks like it's really high quality, super interesting, and everything we've seen so far has made it look even better than the last time. Every single teaser and trailer that's come out has topped the last, and yeah, I mean, I think that so far it definitely deserves all of the hype that it's getting. But I'll be playing it, you know, over the next couple of days. I'm gonna be live streaming a full playthrough on the channel if you're personally interested in it, or if you just want to see it before you decide to purchase. But hey, if you're somebody who likes seeing sexy and attractive characters in your video games, well, this title is apparently Gooner approved, and it's a con to the activists in the industry, when to me, that just sounds like a really good selling point. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.